Hello, and welcome to episode 10 of Bookworthy. I'm your host, Chris Rainey. Today we'll be looking at Alexander Volkanovski versus the Korean Zombie. I've always found that Volkanovski is one of the most difficult fighters to draw. It has a little something to do with his fighting style. He's always keeping people off balance and confusing them or adjusting to them. There's a real subtlety to his fighting style. The first time he really blew me away was versus Chad Mendes. Gosh, I think that was in 2018. And that was probably the last time I saw him get into a crazy firefight. I've tried many times to draw him, and honestly, this Korean Zombie piece is probably one of my favorites, so I'll probably expand on this. It's all about the jab with him. Next up, we have Kayla Harrison versus Larrisa Pacheco. I've done a number of Harrison drawings. Mostly they're based around her takedowns. I find them to be super fun to draw, and the body's flying all over the place is kind of a staple in my artwork. So this is a rare scene with her in full mount throwing ground and pound. Pacheco managed to perform admirably even from positions like this, kind of outstriking from the bottom. Always a crazy dynamic whenever that happens. I've watched the fight. I found it truly compelling, just because Harrison has been so dominant. It kills me how many people I saw online, kind of trashing her for the talk, for her shit talk, or whatever you want to call it, self-aggrandizing or promotional attributes. I said this on Twitter, basically it shows how in MMA you just can't win. Either you have no personality or completely respectful personality, and then you don't get the push promotionally, or you say what needs to be said to generate headlines. And then people are, half the fan base watches in hopes of you losing so they can, say a toe-to-so. And I'm not one to say a toe-to-so. Anyway, it was a fantastic performance. It was a great fight. I was kind of on the edge of my seat the whole time watching, and I'm really impressed with Pacheco's ability to there's such a parallel between Pacheco and Israel Adesanya. Both of them have multiple losses to someone, and we made such a big deal about Pereira following Israel Adesanya, having his number, all that stuff. And Pacheco's in the same exact position and completely did what everyone thought Adesanya was going to be able to do. So, props to her, man. Get that bag, right? Can't be anything but happy for people when they finally accomplish these things. And then finally, we have Paddy Pimblett versus Jordan Levitt. I'm not 100% certain that this particular drawing will end up in the book, but I think it's important to, keep putting together Pimblett's overview. I never know if I pronounced that correctly. I also need tons of practice drawing rear naked chokes. They are such a common position, yet also extremely challenging. There's a lot of subtlety to it, and I really like this one where Levitt's face is really tucked inside of the bicep, and then Pimblett's head is twice the size. Little things like that are fun to do when you want to establish dominance visually. Anyway, it's been a real pleasure making these videos. And I hope that you will drop down to the comments below and say something, or just check out the description where I've got links to places where you can get some of my books, a shirt, say hi on Twitter, all those things. The Fine Art of Violence, Volume 4. Just getting really close to coming out, or at least finishing drawing everything for it. Thanks for hanging out, everyone. I'll be back on Thursday. Make sure to like and subscribe, because I'm a YouTuber now.